This episode of Video Marketing Madness is made possible by Video Market. Video Market is the new and exciting way to get video clips, pre-made videos, and all sorts of other great stuff to make your videos with. And you can check it out right now at raisebonuses.com/video market with 2 T's. And on today's show, we're going to talk about 5 secret things about YouTube.
He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise, has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.
It's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. You can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/video marketing madness. I post all kinds of useful video marketing tips there every day, and I also got the news of the week in there as well. And go to videomarketingmadnessradio.com, subscribe to us on iTunes, and get all kinds of freebies from Ray.
That's right. We love freebies.
Indeed. So word up, Ray.
Word up, Steve. Party on, Steve.
Party on, Ray. Why don't we go ahead and quickly do the news of the week, and then we'll get into those the secret tips. 5 secrets inside of YouTube.
And there are more than 5, but we're going to hit 5 of them today.
And I can't tell you what they are now because they're a secret, but I can give you the news of the week.
Excellent. Let's do it.
You know,
we don't have bumpers yet, so let me do that for you. Hold on. Ready?
Yeah.
News of the week.
There we go. And we're going to get some good ones from Fiverr when Ray has some time.
Oh, we got better resources than Fiverr.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's right. You're doing that. You're the world's oldest intern, aren't you?
I am the world's oldest intern. That is true. I'm learning high-level, high-end podcasting in a broadcast studio environment. So
very cool. Very cool. Well, you know, I've been reading for a long time that Google has been suffering declining average costs per clicks, and everybody just figured it was because they weren't optimized for mobile, you know, that their stuff wasn't showing up in mobile or people weren't using it. Well, it turns out it's YouTube. On a most recent earnings call with analysts, their CFO said that it's been caused by YouTube. And here's what he said. While over the past year we have seen YouTube viewership claimed dramatically both in established markets, but also due to rapid expansion in emerging markets and quality improvement in the TrueView ads, this means that more users are in fact choosing not to skip overall ad views.
Nice.
Okay, so this means that there's a much higher volume of TrueView ads being seen, significant driver of year-over-year growth in numbers that have been seen in the site's clicks. TrueView ads currently monetize at lower rates than ad clicks on Google, but video ads generally reach people earlier in the purchase funnel, you know, because they're doing research with the ads,
right?
How-tos. So it's just a very different pricing profile.
Interesting stuff.
And the article went on to say, how come Google waited so long to say something? Because everybody was guessing they were having some issues with mobile. They're not. It's YouTube, and there's a good explanation for it.
Sure, they're not.
Yeah, right. Well, at least according to this article. See, I found this on the internet, and I believe everything I get on I read on the internet. So
that is true.
Where did that come from?
You can't put it on the internet if it's not true.
That's right.
That's what Abraham Lincoln said.
That's right. He did. I found that on the internet. Marketingland.com is where that story came from, by the way.
Marketingland.com, a very valuable source that I've never heard of.
Indeed. Now, this one you've heard of, realseo.com, real with 2 E's.
Yes.
That's one of your favorites of the news sites for YouTube. We're watching more video on our smartphones and tablets.
That is true.
A new study confirms that 35% of viewers are watching more video on their smartphones compared to last year. And a third of those surveyed are watching content that lasts 5 minutes or longer at least once a day. And I think that would have a lot to do with the how-to videos, which are big right now.
I think it has a lot to do with people not using cable to watch TV shows and are watching Hulu and Netflix and ABC.com and all those kinds of funny things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
UFC Fight Pass, WWE TV, all those easy to consume network type applications on your iPads and iPhones, I think, is the big issue. And I'm sure that a lot of it has to do with the larger screens on the iPhones as well. I bet you that's really increased how much people watch videos.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, they're saying 48% use apps, only 18% use their mobile's browser. So that kind of backs up what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what does Netflix have? They've got 60 million users or something like that pay every month, and some of those other ones have 1 million plus. So it makes sense.
Survey says that 62% of respondents find content through YouTube.
Interesting.
42% through social networking feeds, 20% through good old-fashioned search, and 14% via advertising. Apple dominates mobile video consumption.
What a shock.
68%.
Wow. That is kind of shocking, actually.
That is. I have a Droid.
Are all those free droids treating them now?
Yeah. And I've got a Droid tablet. So anyhow, don't judge. Also from Real SEO, by 2019, 80% of the world's internet traffic will be video. This is a study from Cisco.
Yep. Yeah, that's been predicted for quite a long time too.
It's 64%. Well, it was 64% last year.
And it makes sense, people say, wow, that's amazing. But, well, you got to remember a picture is what, 10 kilobytes and a video might be, 50 megabytes. So, it's, take up much more space than anything else.
That was from Real SEO. Okay. And then from searchenginewatch.com. AdWords offers updates to YouTube brand lift insights. Getting back to the whole TrueView thing.
Yes. It's getting more and more popular by the moment, too.
Tommy Powers will love this. Google has introduced new measurements to YouTube's Brand Lift Video Insight product that will give advertisers a better look into how their ads affect viewers through the purchase funnel. AdWords blog post says Google listed several new ways that the year-old brand lift will report on performance of ads.
Yeah, they're really starting to take it very, very seriously. Whereas before it was, it was a platform, it existed, but now they're really starting to take this very seriously. They're dealing with things like Nielsen style ratings for videos, and the days of gaming the system are not only over, but potentially people caught gaming the system, could be breaking laws at some point in time. So it's
What do you mean by gaming the system?
Well, in other words, if they're doing ad rates based off of things like the way that Nielsen does for TV and everything, if they find that you're buying views and padding things like that, I mean, now you're talking about not just something that's not nice, you're talking about something that's potentially illegal.
Yeah.
So
they're starting
to take it pretty seriously, this whole video and advertising deal.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm glad I asked what you meant by gaming, because that makes a lot of sense. And I mentioned Tommy Powers. For those of you that don't know who Tommy is, Ray and I met him at the Vid Marketing Summit a year ago out in Los Angeles. He's probably one of the top online media buyers and really one of the first guys to to embrace AdWords for video or TrueViews.
Yeah, at a high level
At
anyway.
a very high level. I mean, he really did an in-depth study of how to buy that stuff. Now, my AdWords buys are, I click on the little button next to edit and promote and buy $5, to get some views. He really gets into it. He chops and dices and.
Well, and he's also doing, multi-$1,000 ad purchases, not 10, $20. So
yeah, yeah, he's working with some big folks out there. This is one of the top guys in the country doing that. We were fortunate to have him on the show. I don't know, a month or two ago.
We did.
Nice guy, super nice guy,
smart guy.
Oh yeah. I think he's scary smart, but he doesn't act like it. He's got good social skills. So, anyhow, you got any news of the week?
Of course not.
I like to ask. Try to be polite.
That's right.
5 secrets inside of YouTube. Here's Ray, the video guy.
We're going to talk about some secrets that are inside of YouTube. And, the thing is many people use YouTube and they use it a lot. They watch a ton of video. They may even upload a ton of video, but a lot of times they're not taking advantage of everything that's inside of there because let's face it, YouTube over the last year or two has really taken the marketing world and given them a lot of great gifts for marketing with YouTube. And unfortunately, a lot of people just have no clue that some of these things are there. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about a little bit today.
Very good. Yeah.
And so let's start off with one of the basics. And we talked a little bit about some of this stuff last week, which deals with, of course, some of the opportunities for getting your videos more views and getting them to rank better and things like that. And the first one is your channel. And I know it sounds silly, and most people are probably going to go, well, yeah, I know my channel's there. Of course I do, right? I mean, you have a channel, Steve, right?
Oh, I do.
So every time you upload a video, it goes into that channel. Well, one thing that people often neglect is taking care of that channel itself. And that's an opportunity for you to really stand out from the others that are on YouTube, but also really give you an opportunity to connect with your audience. And so what you need to do is you really need to get into your channel area of your YouTube account and start to fill in all that great information that they allow you to put in there. Information like your email. So literally, you can put your email into your channel and people can contact you directly inside of YouTube when they're on your channel. And that's something that most people don't bother doing. In fact, when I help people set up their channels, I almost never see where they've put that information in there, that contact information. And it's a great way for customers to contact you directly from inside YouTube, is to be able to pull up that good old email. And of course, in addition to that, you've also got the opportunities to fill in a nice channel description, keyword loaded. You've also got the opportunity to connect your Facebook, your website, your Twitter account, your Google+, all of those things right on the channel page itself. And you can also add your channel art. Now, here's one thing that really is a secret. This won't be counted against the 5. This will be part of number 1.
Okay.
But believe it or not, YouTube actually takes into account whether or not you have uploaded channel art when giving you other tools.
Okay, now let me ask, upload, or what if you use their channel art, their own templates that you can pick in there? Because I sometimes do that.
As long as you've put something in there and it doesn't have just the default little pattern, that's built in there, I'm sure that counts. But when they make decisions, for instance, if you want to be able to have youtube.com/my name, put your name as the URL, they're going to check and not give you even that option to do that if you don't have channel art and your channel filled out properly. They'll just not even give you that opportunity to do that. It used to be able to do it right away. Now you have to wait 30 days. You have to have a certain number of subscribers, and you have to have your channel filled out so that they know this is a serious channel that they're willing to give that custom URL to. So you have to really get in there and do that. And channel art is one of the biggest factors in that decision and in whether or not you have a well set up channel. Okay, so again, let's recap on that a little bit. You want to get your channel art. You want to link your social media and your websites. You want to fill in that description. You want to add your email. And you also want to make sure that you go in and edit your channel so that you enable the browsing feature. Because by default, YouTube actually only shows a view of just a list of videos.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you the full channel unless you actually go in and actually enable that. And of course, I'll provide a resource at the end of this so that you can kind of understand what I'm talking about rather than trying to figure it out from the sound of my voice. But we've got a guide that will take you through some of that so you'll be able to figure that out. But that's your first tip, is to make sure that your channel is fully filled out because, like I said, you actually get benefits when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's our first thing in there. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about is embedding your video. And a lot of people know exactly what this is. They know how this works. In fact, they probably even have on their website plugins that will allow them to just put the URL and embed the video into their site. But did you know, Steve, that there are all sorts of extra things that you can do with your embed code besides just sticking the video onto the page?
Well, tell me about it, Ray.
Oh, I think I will.
All righty.
The first thing that we want to talk about is one thing that people bring up all the time, and that's related videos. Now, if you've ever embedded a video onto your web page, you've probably found that when the video reaches the end, it shows a whole bunch of other videos. And usually they're competitors' videos based on your keywords.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to give that real estate to our competitors. So there's actually, in the YouTube URL code or in the embed code, you can actually stop that from happening.
I didn't know that.
You didn't? Oh, well, I'm going to tell you all about it.
All right.
So what we want to do is when you embed your video into YouTube, and the way we do that is by going to the video, hitting the share button below the video, and then hitting embed, and it'll give you this nice little string of code that you put into your website.
Right.
Well, you can actually go in and modify that code.
Uh-huh.
So what you want to do is to make sure that those other videos don't show up on yours, you need to add a little bit of code to the end of it, and that code is REL equals 0. So rel, as in related video, rel equals 0, 0 meaning off, don't show it.
At the end?
Well,
at the end?
Where you put this is at the end of the actual YouTube link. So inside your embed code is going to have a whole bunch of stuff in there and little brackets and things like that. But then you're going to see http www.youtube.com/watch V equals a bunch of letters. And at the end of those letters, you want to put a question mark. Okay. And this is, I'm not a coder, but a question mark basically means you're adding something to the basic of the code there. Mm-hmm. So at the end of that little V equals and a bunch of letters, you're going to put a question mark followed by REL equals 0. And now when you reload your page and that video plays, at the end, it's not going to show those related videos. So that's one way to add code to your website that's or to your video that's asked of a lot from people. They want to know how to do that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Really? Oh, I thought you were joking when you said
no,
that.
Seriously, I didn't know that. I just thought you had to live with it. What I do is just kind of leave 10 seconds at the end of the video. So, you know.
Yeah, and this only works when you embed on your website. It's not going to help you on YouTube itself.
Yeah.
This is only on your website or wherever you embed it. But that's a way to get rid of that. And, you know, some video players will actually have that built in. So, for instance, if you're using Simple Video Pro, there might be a button in there that says, you know, related videos on or off. And if you turn it off, essentially all it's doing is adding that rel equals 0 behind the scenes. Right. But you can do that yourself with that. Now, another thing that we can do, and this is another one that's very popular, and most people know how to do this, but we're going to throw it in there, is to autoplay that video on your webpage. Now, again, many people use players, and those players will autoplay for you. But if you're using the YouTube built-in embedded player, the embed code, you can actually autoplay that video when the page loads. And the way we do that is almost the same as the rel equals 0, except instead of rel equals 0, you're going to put autoplay equals 1. And so this is binary code. So 1 is on, 0 is off.
Now, is that in the same place?
That will go in the same place. So at the end of your little string code, you're going to put question mark, autoplay equals 1. Now, if you want to have autoplay and rel equals 0, all you have to do is put the question mark, put one of those two, followed by the and sign, the ampersand, and then the other. So you would put, you'd have your v equals code for your video. Then you'll have question mark, rel equals 0, and autoplay equals 1.
See, I didn't know that either. I didn't know you could do both. I knew about the autoplay, but I didn't know the other.
Yep, you can do both.
You demand.
Hey, you know, I do my best. I do my best.
The guy, the video guy.
I certainly try. I certainly try.
I'll get this in the show notes too.
Excellent. And like I said, we'll have a free download in the show notes, so they'll be able to download this as well.
Okay.
Okay, so now another secret little embed code in this is the resolution. So as you probably know, when you upload a video to YouTube, they will actually create multiple versions of your video. One at high definition, one at a slightly lower high definition, then a couple in a standard definition format. And the idea behind this is if you've got a slow connection, then they can give you a lower resolution version that's not going to look as good so that you can actually play it. Mm-hmm. However, as we all know, nowadays, most people have some pretty good internet. We don't have to worry too much about that. And the requirements for getting the HD just aren't that high. So we can actually do it pretty easily. So
even you now.
That's right. Even me now. Even before I could. So it's
okay. You just had unreliable service in Utah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But even when it was reliable, it wasn't very fast. But it was definitely fast enough to show HD video, which is good.
Okay.
So there's a way to take your embedded videos and force them to always play at high definition, or at low definition for that matter. So you can do that by simply adding another code to the end of your video. So again, you're going to have the youtube.com/watch v equals a bunch of numbers. You can put your question mark, and this time you can put something like HD equals 1.
So this could be after the string autoplay equals 1 and rel equals 0, and then you could do and HD equals 1?
Exactly. So you'd put another and put HD equals 1, and that will give you your high definition video all the time.
Oh.
Pretty slick, isn't it? All right. Now, how about another one?
We're still on number 2, right?
We're still on number 2. These are embed code secrets for the secrets of embedding. And the next one is, did you know that you could embed your video and have it start at a certain time? And now what I mean by that is, let's say you've got a video that has 5 tips in it, and the page you're going to embed this on is all about tip number 2. Well, you can have that video start at tip number 2 and not at the beginning of the video. And so it's a very useful little code if you have that particular situation. And the way that we do this is this is a little bit different. At the end of your string, instead of the question mark and the ampersand, you're going to put the pound symbol, or I guess nowadays the hashtag symbol.
Now, is this at the very end of the code, or is this at...
No, this would be at the very end of the YouTube URL inside the code. Same place as the others, except this time you're going to put the little hashtag symbol, followed by the letter T, and then after that, equals, and then your time. So the time would go in the form of XX, which would be numbers. So if you wanted to start at 1 minute and 1 second, you would put 01M and then 01S, and it will start at 1 minute and 1 second.
Cool.
Just put that at the end.
Jeez, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, there's a lot of slick little things that you can do with this. Absolutely.
My wife claims that I act like I know everything.
Well, usually you do, Steve. Usually you do.
Yeah, I'm pretty good on the YouTube stuff, because I'm fascinated by it. But I didn't know this, so this is great. I mean, this is a good thing. You're really imparting some valuable knowledge to not only me, but our valued audience as well.
Quite valued, yes. All right, so let's get on to tip number 3.
Okay.
Tip number 3 is an interesting little thing that you can do with your videos, and this is chaptering. And by the way, when I say chaptering, this is what I call it. I don't even know if YouTube actually has a name for this. I call it chaptering. And what I mean by that is you have the ability to, just like on a DVD, have different chapters in your video that you can link people to and send people to. Okay? And this is something that hardly anybody uses, but let's say you had a video called 5 YouTube Tricks. What a shock, right?
Mm.
Well, in that video, you're probably going to have certain times where tricks 2, 3, 4, and 5 come in during the video. If you post that time into your video description, you can actually make chapters.
Yeah.
So in other words, let's say in the description below the video, you could say, in this video, we're going to talk about the 5 secret tips of YouTube, and then have a clickable 1 with the first tip, a clickable 2 with the second tip. And the way that we do that is we actually just put in the time code in the actual description. So it's very simple, nothing real fancy to do here. You just go into the description or even into the comments. You can do it in comments as well. And you just put in like 0:30. And then you can even name it. So you could put 0:30 tip number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And now when people, that 0:30, 0 minutes, 30 seconds, will be clickable. And when people click on that, it will jump them to that point in time. And so you can actually link to different things right inside the actual player in YouTube. So a very, very useful thing if you've got a long video or if you break it up into sections inside the video. And something fun that every time I do it, people are always like, wait, how did you do that?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a great talking piece.
It is, and especially, for a long how-to video, you can just jump right to where you want to be. Now, a little tip I've learned the hard way: go back and make sure you did it correctly. QC it. And if you're not seeing the hot link there, just look and see what you did wrong. It's pretty obvious if you did. Now, I can't type, so I'm very mistake prone. So you just go back and QC it after you save it.
Absolutely. So that's your third tip. And to add to that just a little tiny bit, there's also another little secret that deals with chaptering. And almost nobody realizes this one, and this one's kind of slick. And it requires that you do a little bit of math when you're making your video. And the reason I say that is because when you're watching a video, and you may not realize this, but if you hit the number keys on your keyboard, it will jump forward in time in your video.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you've got a 5-minute video and you hit the number 2, it's going to jump in, 1 minute into the video.
Oh.
Number 3 is going to jump 2 minutes into the video. Number 4, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're smart, if you're math capable, you could actually take your 5 tips video and make sure that each of those tips falls X percentage into the video so that when you hit the number keys, it'll jump to that point. But again, kind of difficult to really do that and get it accurate. But you can jump ahead by using those keys, and that'll bring you to different places in the video.
Mm-hmm.
So just a fun tip to add.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
So there you go.
Number 4.
Number 4. Number 4 is one that many of you probably know, but maybe you haven't really played with it. You should. Annotations. Yeah. Annotations are a huge part of YouTube nowadays, and some fear that it might be going away. I don't see it going away anytime in the near future. I think that the introduction of YouTube cards is kind of just an add-on to annotations, and hopefully they'll keep those around. Mm-hmm. Now, annotations are a cool way to give extra information to your audience, but also gives them a chance to interact with your videos. So for instance, if you've created a video on the 5 tips of YouTube, and let's say a month down the line, something minor changes. Well, you could put an annotation on the video that says, you now have to put the pound sign instead of the and sign or something like that. And it'll give these people that are viewing your video an extra note about that information and let them adjust accordingly. Now, this could be used for many different reasons. Maybe it's just to get attention on, how to purchase something that you're talking about, or, any number of other reasons. You just want to add some information. You know what I like to use them for sometimes, Steve?
What's that, Ray?
I like to use them as a joke. Like, when I'm doing a video and I record the video and I get it uploaded and then I realize I said something incorrectly.
Yeah, okay.
I'll say, 10% and the actual answer was 40%. Then I'll put a little annotation on there that says, hey, dummy, it's 10%.
Yeah, exactly.
Have some fun with it. So annotations can be fun for that. And also, they're great for linking. So you can actually link with those annotations back to other videos, to playlists, and even to your website if you've connected your website to your YouTube channel. And that's something that everybody should be doing. So annotations are a great way to be able to do that, to be able to add more information and be able to drive traffic to different locations. And I've seen some really clever uses of annotations. Probably the most clever that shows really what annotations kind of are, how they really work, is I've seen YouTube interactive choose your own adventure videos. You remember Choose Your Own Adventure books?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, people have actually used annotations to create Choose Your Own Adventure
videos. Okay, all
so
right, yeah.
Watch a video and, the good guy is running down the street being chased by the bad guy, and he reaches the end of the road, and he can either jump behind a garbage can to hide, or he could turn and fight.
Yeah, okay.
And you get to choose which one you want, and you click fight or you click hide, and it'll go to the appropriate video to show what happens when you choose that. So they're kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure books, but with videos. So they're kind of fun way to do that. And of course, I mostly use them for driving traffic for businesses or for sales to the sales site. But there's a lot of fun things you can do with them.
Yeah.
And we'll add into that now YouTube cards as well, because cards are basically just an extension of annotations.
Still number 4.
Yep, still number 4. We won't steal number 5 from you. So number 4 still has YouTube cards. And YouTube cards, if you don't know what those are yet, those are essentially small graphical cards that you can add to your video. And you can add a little call to action that gets people to click a button, and then they can use the YouTube card to click back to the website or to another video. And the great thing about that is they work on mobile. So
yep,
it's YouTube cards.
Which annotations, the notes work on mobile, or don't they?
I don't believe they do.
They don't, okay.
And I think it varies from device to device, because I did discover that some of the annotation stuff does work on iPads,
okay,
but it didn't work on my iPhone.
But I know the hyperlinks don't work.
Well, I believe on the iPad, I believe it did, because I was shocked by that.
Okay.
But I'll have to double check again and see. I don't recall 100%, but I do remember going, wait, what? Oh, that's showing up. So I'll have to double check that again to see. But I know they'd made some changes to it, and I believe on the iPad it was actually working. Whether it still does or not, that remains to be seen, because YouTube likes to change things, and sometimes they give us stuff and then pull them away. So, there you go.
Yeah. When have I heard that before?
Yeah, I know, right?
Number 5.
Number 5. Now, this one is something that is kind of new, and it's an interesting way to give credit to people that work collaboratively on videos. And did you know this, Steve? I don't know if you did or not, but you can actually have built-in credits in your videos.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and what I mean by that is, for instance, if let's say you wrote the script for the video that we put together, and you've got a YouTube channel yourself, and we put this video up on my YouTube channel, well, I can go in and say, okay, well, Steve wrote this, and give you credit for writing the video, writing the script, and actually choose you as the person who wrote it. And then now there's a link back to your channel in that video.
Is that in default settings, or how do you do it?
That is inside in the, when you go into edit your video, you can add that information in there. There's a section in there for,
Oh,
so, and you can add credits to, for things like, whether they were the cameraman or they wrote it or they acted in it. There's all sorts of things you can give credit for, producers, things like that. And I like to actually use that to, um, to credit my other channels.
so this is in the YouTube editor?
This is in YouTube itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So you actually go in there and you actually add the different credits into the video itself.
See, that's
Like I
something
said,
else.
it's a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, it's a lot, and it's kind of a neat thing because it just allows you to link back to various channels and have some fun with that. And that's what I like to do with it. If I did the whole video myself or something, I'll credit one of my other channels as the writer, and I'll credit another one as something else, and just kind of be able to spread some of the love around to some of my different channels.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat.
It's a fun little way to do that.
Yeah.
And so that is the fifth and final of our YouTube tricks for today.
Okay. Well, very good.
And again, there is a lot of other great things and great tricks that you probably need to know about. But I think those are some that are kind of hidden that a lot of people don't really know about. And that's why I wanted to focus on those a little bit here, just to give people something a little bit different, because we could get into, well, you need to, do a proper title on all your videos. Well, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit more fun. And again, so the big thing there with the credits, and by the way, I do believe you have to be a verified partner and all that kind of fun stuff to get that option. But
which is part of the whole optimization process of your channel.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so basically, when you go into the info and settings for your video, underneath your title and description and tags, you'll see an area that says video credits, and you can add roles. And in fact, I just pulled it up here, so you can add actor, animator, choreographer, cinematographer, collaborator, dancer, director, editor, executive producer, extra, lighting, makeup artist, music, producer, set designer, sound designer, or writer. So all of those things can be added into a video, and you basically be giving that channel, because you're not really giving a person credit, you're really giving a channel credit and the person behind that channel. So
What's a dancer?
a dancer, literally somebody who dances
okay. Well,
video.
I thought maybe it was a term like grip that I'd never heard of.
No,
That doesn't mean what you think it means. Yeah.
Video, because music videos are so popular.
Oh, okay.
Credit them as one of the dancers in the video.
I see.
And you can credit multiple people, so you can add multiples in there. So
a buddy of mine, his mom was a dancer. She danced in like Elvis video, the Elvis movies, I guess, not the videos. That was before.
nice.
Yeah.
So you say at a club named the Fuzzy Grape or something.
Yeah, when I said his mom was a dancer, that didn't sound right, did it? So I won't mention his name. No, she was a professional dancer, and so when you watch Elvis videos and there's like Elvis movies, there's like 20 women dancing with him. She's one of them.
Well, see, now she can be given credit inside of YouTube.
That's right. Absolutely.
So there you go. And, and like I said, there's other things that we should probably talk about, but I think some of those are bigger things that people know about and probably deserve more than just a quick little mention. Things like, YouTube thumbnails and things of that nature that really can make a big difference to your channel. And maybe we'll do an entire episode. We could probably do an entire episode just on thumbnails.
Thumbnails. I have fun with thumbnails.
Fun with thumbnails, indeed. So there you go. Your 5 tips for secrets on YouTube. And of course, as we mentioned in the show notes, we will have a downloadable PDF that you can get. And it'll give you some of that information. Now, all of those things will not be in that particular PDF because I wrote that PDF before we did this. But some of the more complex things like the code will be inside the PDF.
Very cool.
Indeed.
All right. Well, there we go. It's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. It's okay to wrap it up, isn't it?
I think it is.
All
I think
right.
it's weird because we don't have the music. And
I know. Yeah. Today's show made possible by.
Today's show is made possible by Video Market with 2 T's. Video Market, and I don't know if you've seen this yet, Steve. This is a really, really cool little site It's by the guys who make Video Jack. And if you're not familiar with Video Jack is an online video editing system. But the cool thing with Video Jack is they always had these pre-made videos in there. So they might have a spokesperson talking about local plumbing or local electricians and things like that. And you could build these commercials right inside of Video Jack. And people like me always, I always took those clips, brought them into Video Jack just so I could export them and use them in my video editor. And I think that that's what prompted them to decide to go with this market situation where people can just purchase clips, download them, add them to their videos. And Steve,
so it's like Video Jack, only more robust.
Yeah, kind of. And if you ever seen, like, when I come into the video group and I'm like, here, I need views on these 20 videos that are all about insurance.
Yeah.
Those are all using Video Jack actors that are already in there. So I didn't have to shoot those. I didn't have to hire an actor. All of that's in there. All I did was grab it, put it into my video editor, and add my information and send it out.
So Video Market with 2 T's is Video Jack with more functionality.
Well, no, Video Jack is actually the editor. So this is they're just taking the clips that they used to get inside of Video Jack and just putting them into a marketplace.
I got it. Okay, I understand. How much is it?
It's very inexpensive. Right now they're doing their launch week where you can buy 1,000 credits for. The price keeps going up incrementally, but it started this morning at $17, and it's working its way up. But for $17, they're going to give you 1,000 credits, and you can go in there and you can purchase probably, depending upon the price of each individual video, somewhere around a couple hundred video clips. And these are not just short clips. For instance, an entire spokesperson commercial about plumbing would be one clip, and you could use that and make a whole bunch of videos out of it. And that's kind of how I've always done it. But there's other things in there. There's B-roll, and I actually have. The cool thing about this that I should also mention, and this is what I was getting at there, is they're allowing others to upload and sell videos in there as well. So there's going to be a lot more in there than just the Video Jack stuff. And I uploaded a whole bunch yesterday that are in there that people can purchase. And those are ones with an actor. And the actor is talking about a few different niches. And he comes pre-put onto a background, but he also comes with the green screen so you can put it on your own background. And so all of those are up there, plus all the ones they already had. And it's a huge marketplace of really nice, high quality HD footage. Very and cool. Because it's got the spokesperson, it just really stands apart because it's not just, HD clips of a mountainside or a waterfall. It's actual actors doing things and saying things and whatnot. So it's very slick.
Yeah.
Very slick stuff. So that's Video Market with 2 T's. And you can learn more by heading on over to raisebonuses.com/Video Market with 2 T's.
With 2 T's. And you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Video Marketing Madness. Plenty of useful tips and news of the week. If it's not showing up in your news feed, just head on over there and like a couple stories. If you haven't fan us, like us, and then be sure to like a couple stories. Shows up in your newsfeed. And then subscribe to us on iTunes. The easiest way to do that is go to videomarketingmadnessradio.com. And if you do that and fill out a survey, Ray's going to give you all kinds of freebies.
Woohoo! And of course, the other thing too is make sure you leave a nice comment for us on iTunes as well. Give us 5 stars and leave some comments.
That's right. Trying to build up that iTunes audience.
We certainly are. And I think we're taking the right steps to do so.
There you go.
And next week, we'll take another big step into broadcasting excellence with another great set of tips, tricks, maybe even a guest. Who knows? We don't even know what we're doing next week, but we will find out and we'll get that schedule out there for everybody.
Cool.
So, all right. So, Steve, until next week, I want to thank you, first of all, for everything that you do. And, of course, thank our audience for listening. And we will see you all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Let's hear the jingle.
We want to hear the jingle again?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can do that.
It's Lawrence or Welk and the boys.
Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at. Even if he's a little fat, he's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the